I have a friend with me today, and she started her own business in the medical field. So Dr. Sheree, why don't you come on up? As she comes up, she will share just a little bit about herself, who she is, where she's from, and what she does. And as she talks, I want you to think about questions that you might have for Dr. Sheree about the medical field and the medical industry, about being a doctor, what it takes. So that's what you're going to be thinking about as she talks about her career. But before we get started, let me just tell you what somebody said about Dr. J online. Dr. J said, somebody online said that Dr. J is very passionate, right? So we're thinking also about characteristics and qualities that it takes to be a doctor. She's very passionate about her patients in the way that she motivates them, and she writes programs for them to survive and to follow. She responds quickly to questions and concerns. She holds you accountable. You will achieve your goals. I love Dr. J. She is amazing. She goes above and beyond for her patients. She makes sure that they are first and foremost happy and healthy. She's a great motivator, and she genuinely loves what she does. So without further ado, we have Dr. Sheree.
Good morning.
Hello.
My friend over there actually stole the first part of what I was going to ask you. I was going to ask everyone what they wanted to be when you grow up, but she already asked. So let's move on. So my name is, as she said, Dr. J. I am a nurse practitioner, doctoral prepared. I'm from Jamaica originally, grew up in New York, and now Jamaica. Who's here from Jamaica? Woo! All right.
I'm Jamaican, but I'm not from Jamaica.
Oh, you're Jamaican? Cool. And I grew up in New York, and now I'm here in Florida. So as mentioned, I am a nurse practitioner. I specialize in weight loss. That's what I do. Now, why did I decide to become a nurse practitioner? Because my mom forced me to be a nurse. Shh, don't tell her I said that. Okay? I wanted to be an attorney. Really, I wanted to be an attorney when I was younger. And my mom said, no, I want you to become a nurse because it doesn't matter where you live. There are always going to be sick people, and there's always going to be someone that needs care. So that's why I decided to be a nurse. I actually started as a nursing assistant, taking care of the elderly, and then I went back to school and got my licensed practical nurse, right? And then from there, I went and got my registered nurse. So I took like different steps. I didn't go directly into college. I took different steps because I had children at a young age. So to support my family, I went back to school after,
This
right?
call is now
So
being
now
recorded.
I am a nurse practitioner with my doctoral degree. What I do, I love it. I love taking care of people. I love making people feel comfortable. What I do with my weight loss program is I help them to build their self-esteem. Because you know, when sometimes when you're overweight, you kind of feel uncomfortable with the way you look. So when my patients lose their weight, they get so excited. You know, I make them feel better, and it's just all about self-image. Now, I'm gonna ask a question to and somebody raised their hand. Is there anyone in here that feels like they need to do something to self-improve themselves?
Anybody that feels they need to get a little healthier?
Yes. What do you think you need to do to improve?
Practice.
Sometimes that's like eating healthier, right? That's a big part of it.
Yes.
I need to drink more and eat more stuff that make me taller.
Make you taller?
Eating
Okay.
the right things and drinking the right things.
Yes. Yes. So one of the things that can make you healthier is drinking more water. Drinking more water. That's very important. What were you saying?
I drink cold water.
Yes, water is very important because it helps your kidneys, it makes your skin brighter. So water is very important. Anyone else?
Eating my vegetables.
Yes, vegetables is very important. Very, very important. Who else?
Working working out more?
Yes. So if you can incorporate some kind of walking, I know you guys have busy schedule with your homework and so on, but if you can get some kind of exercise into your day, even if you're home, you can walk in your living room for like 30 minutes. It doesn't have to be like you're going outside. You can actually walk. But I know now with technology, everyone's on their phone. The time that you're on your phone, put it down for 30 minutes and do some kind of walking in the house. Yes.
Become a smart.
I'm sorry?
Become smart.
Yes. Become smart
For self-improvement.
for self-improvement.
Yeah. Studying,
Yes.
reading
Studying
more.
your
Sure.
and doing your homework and reading more.
Eating more healthier. Eating more healthier.
Yes. So that's definitely important. Eating more healthier. Yes.
Generous. To be generous to others and help others. That will
Yes.
make you improve
That's
and feel better about
self-improvement.
yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, again, like I said, I've been doing this now for like 3 years as a nurse practitioner with my own clinic. Why did I decide to start my own clinic? Because I wanted to be independent. Now, being independent because I can make my own schedule. Prior to having my own clinic, I worked in the hospital on someone else's schedule. But being an entrepreneur, you can make your own schedule. You can hire people to work for you. So as it says here with junior achievement, I fall under entrepreneur because that's what I do. I have my own clinic. I do my schedule and I have people that work for me. Would you like, anyone wants to be an entrepreneur in here?
Who's gonna start their own business?
Woo.
There we go.
Yeah. What kind of business would you like to start?
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet? Okay. What do you like to do?
I like
Beauty stuff.
Yeah.
She's into the beauty stuff. The
Oh,
lip
beauty,
balm.
like cosmetology.
Yes. Okay. You're a
Uh-huh.
beautiful girl. Yeah, so that's right. You can get into being an entrepreneur and get into beauty, making people look good and feel good about themselves. That's a great job.
If
Yes.
football doesn't work out, a YouTuber.
A YouTuber? Oh yeah,
If
people are,
football doesn't work out, you might be a YouTuber. That's awesome.
yeah, people are
Backup
making
plan.
money on YouTube. Yes. A financial businessman? That's great. You can teach people how to save money and how to, get their business up and running, right? Good.
Dr. Sheree, I have a question for you.
Yes.
So it takes a special person to be a doctor and to work with all different kinds of people and help them get better in different ways. What is the best part about being a doctor for you?
Making my patients feel better. So again, because I specialize in weight loss, when my patients lose their weight, they feel so good about themselves. So that makes me feel good because just that look on their face, the excitement when they see the pounds coming off, that's a passion of mine. So that part of my job is the best part, seeing the patients get better, helping them, with being overweight. One of the medical problems that comes with it is high blood pressure. Do you guys know what high blood pressure is? Well, yes? Yeah, okay, so with the weight loss, their blood pressure gets better. If they have diabetes, those numbers gets better. So that's what I love. I love improving patients' lives with the weight loss.
Awesome. So I also learned through my research about you that you run a conference, that you've written a book, done many, many wonderful things in the community, all over the place. How do you balance being a doctor, a speaker, an author? How do you do all of that?
Great. You know what I love to do for my hobby, for my downtime? I travel a lot. So self-care is super, super, super important. Okay? As I said, you guys are fifth graders. I know technology, you spend a lot of time on your phone. Sometimes you need to put the phone down and just relax. just relax. You know what I mean? No phone. Just relax. Think about your life. Think about what you want to do when you grow up and how you're going to incorporate those things as a fifth grader into going into the next grade and the next level and improving yourself. I spend a lot of time taking care of myself as downtime, because that's very, very important, because with my busy schedule, writing, doing conference, doing public speaking, running a clinic, it can be overwhelming, right? It could be overwhelming because there's so much going on, but I definitely take time out for myself.
Sounds like you know that balance is important.
Balance is
work
super
hard, play
important.
hard. I'm
Yes.
sure you've heard that saying before,
I always
right?
say work hard, play harder.
Oh, especially if you're traveling.
Yeah.
Book me a ticket too. I'm coming. Is there somebody in your life that has been an influence for you?
Oh yes. Well, I know you guys as fifth graders probably gonna say your mom. At my age, I'm still gonna say my mom as well, because my mom is a praying woman. She prays for me. She pushes me to reach my highest potential. So definitely my mom.
Wouldn't you say it's so important for our boys and girls out there
Yeah.
to find who's on your side and find your support system so that you know who you can turn to when you need a little extra support or motivation?
Absolutely. And if you know, moms and dads, they do work because they have to provide for you guys. If you have a sibling, but always have someone that you can talk to. You know what I mean? If it's a sibling, a friend, a teacher, always have someone that you can reach out to as your support. Yes.
Do we have to wait till the end to ask questions?
Oh, we can open it. I have plenty of questions, but I also would love to hear your questions. And we have some questions online from our virtual audience as well. So maybe we'll get started with that one, and they'll come right back to you, my friend.
Great. Yeah, so this is from Hazel at Liberty Park Elementary. And they would like to know, how did you start your own business? What did you have to do? Do you buy or rent your office? And was it hard?
Great questions.
That's great question. So first, what did I have to do? It's a whole process to start a business. You have to find the name of the business that you would like, that makes sense to you. You have to register it, make sure that name is available and register it. And no, I used to rent. So remember, in life, you have to go from different levels. I used to rent another location, and then I was able to purchase my building where I am now. But I started out renting where I am, and now I purchased my own building.
We have one more from Westgate Elementary. They want to know, what medicine or programs do you use for your patients?
What medicine?
Or programs?
Oh, so I have a whole program put together, and one of the medicines that I use for the weight loss is the semaglutide. Semaglutide is a medication that was approved by FDA, approved for diabetes, but now it's used for obesity, long-term obesity for people that's overweight.
And you probably really have to look at each individual patient.
Oh yeah, every individual patient, everyone is different. You know, you have to make sure they qualify to take the medication based on their medical history.
Excellent. Thanks for sharing. Thank you to Westgate and Liberty Park for asking such wonderful questions. I promised my friend I would come back over here. What is your question?
So, you know how you said before you were a doctor, you wanted to be an attorney?
Mm-hmm.
Why did you want to be an attorney?
Because I love to talk. I love talking. I wanted to be an attorney because I wanted to defend people if I feel that they were wrongly accused. That's why, because I love to talk. I love to be in the defending category of defending people. So now, but as far as, like I said, being a nurse is very gratifying. It's very I'm happy that I decided to listen to my mom and become a nurse.
So I also see a message here of do something that's going to make you happy.
Correct.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
So, when you thought about starting your own business, did you think you were ready for it?
So that's a very good question. So
So how did you know you were ready to start your own
very
business?
good question. So I registered the business because I thought I was ready, but actually it took me a year before I finally decided, no, I've had this name registered for over a year now, so I need to get this show on the road. And of course, you know what a friend said to me one time when I was hesitant about opening my clinic? She said, don't worry about competition because there's a McDonald's on every corner.
That's incredible progress. Our friend over here.
Before you started being a doctor, how was your first day?
How was it?
How was your first day on the job as a doctor?
So my first day as a nurse practitioner working in the hospital was very, very nervous. I was so nervous out, and then after my first day, I was like, "Oh, thank God, I didn't kill anyone." And then I kept going, and every day gets better and better and better. And now it's like a walk in the park, as they say.
It is scary when you have someone's life in your hands, literally.
Absolutely.
You pull into your training at that
Yes,
point,
sir.
right?
Yeah.
What was the requirements to start your own business?
A lot of requirements. You have to get approval by the state, by the city. You have to make sure that you have everything in place. If you're going to be using needles, you have to make sure that you have someone to come and inspect your building. So there's a lot of paperwork and a lot of legal stuff that has to be in place before you can start your own business.
What about, can you talk a little bit about the schooling that you had to do and the certifications that you needed to do in order to get into the position that you're currently in?
Yeah. So like I said in the beginning, I started out as a nursing assistant. Then I went back to school for my LPN. I did different levels. I did my registered nurse. After I worked for a lot of years, 14 years as a registered nurse, I decided to go back to school to do my nurse practitioner. That took another 2 years, right? And then after I received my nurse practitioner, I went back to get my doctorate. That's why you're now allowed to call me Dr. J, because I went back to school for another 2 years to get my doctoral degree. So total, it took me over 8 years. But again, I broke it up in different increments because I had to provide for my family.
Do you still do some kind of professional development or learning?
Yes, so as a nurse practitioner, every 2 years you have to do CEUs to continuing education to renew your license so that it doesn't expire and you're in compliance with the board.
So always learning.
Always.
Another question from our online audience.
Yep, quite a few are coming. So from Westgate Elementary, they want to know if you've ever met anyone famous through your work.
Through my work, yes. So I don't know if you, like I said in the beginning, I'm Jamaican. And I do IV infusions, vitamins that goes directly into the vein to give you energy. And there was a famous artist, his name is Egyptian, that I went and did, it's all over social media. I went and did a mobile IV at his hotel because he's traveling and he's always performing. So I went and did his IV.
Well, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
All right, we have a question here from our friend in the red sweater.
Did you want to be a doctor?
Did you always, well, she said you want to be an attorney first.
Yeah.
Like a lawyer.
And then I listened to my mom and became a nurse, which I'm happy I listened
It's a good thing
to
she
her.
listened to her mom, right?
Because I'm saving lives.
Yeah, good question.
How many hours do you work a week?
Good question. So because I'm an entrepreneur and I have my own clinic, I get to choose how many hours that I work because I have employees that cover when I'm not there. Like, for example, I'm here with you guys today, so I have someone at the office. So it definitely varies. It could be anything between 10 and 30 hours a week. Yeah, gentlemen in the back.
How are you liking your job now?
I love it. I love the independence. I love taking care of my patients and making them feel better.
What was hard for you on your first day? What was hard?
Just being in a new environment, in a new position. Because remember, now I'm responsible for patients' lives. So being in a new position, a new hospital, taking care of people in a new role, it was nerve-wracking and nervous. But like I said, once you get over the first day, the first week, every day it gets better. Yes.
How do you deal with all the people?
I'm sorry?
How do you deal with all the people?
Sometimes people can be challenging to work with,
How do I
right?
deal
Or
with them?
patience.
So you see, I'm always smiling.
Let's practice.
And I'm always smiling. And there's gonna be good days and bad days in everything that you do, right? But you just gotta take it with a smile and know that the next day, you pray that it's better the next day.
We had an online question. What is the starting salary for a nurse practitioner?
It varies. Starting salary for nurse practitioners varies depending on specialty. So I remember this young lady here in the blue, you said you wanted to be a medical doctor. So as the salary varies depending on your specialty. If you want to work with kids, if you want to work with adults, if you want to work in the urgent care, if you want to work in a hospital, it can range anything between $90,000 a year to like $120,000 a year or more. It depends.
I know you spoke about your culture and coming from Jamaica and whatnot. Can you speak a little bit about what Black history means to you?
Well, you know, Black history is super important because a lot of times Black history is neglected or put under the bottom of the rug because they don't appreciate what we have done for the country. And again, because I'm Jamaican, you know, Black history, we have a lot of people that had make a difference, and they're not acknowledged. Everyone knows Martin Luther King, but there's so many other African American male and females that had made a difference.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Do we have another question?
Yeah,
we
this
do have to
one's-
wrap it up, but
This one's from Crystal Lakes Elementary, and they want to know at what age did you start working and what was your first job?
Oh, that's a great question. So, do you want to know my first job? I was 13 years old. I was 13 years old in New York working at a summer camp for 6 weeks. You get this job through your school, and that was my first job. After that job of 6 weeks, I was able to apply to many other jobs. I worked at the supermarket, Dunkin' Donuts, and that's take it from there.
excellent. I know you have a lot of other questions, but we do need to wrap it up for today. I just want to go over a couple of takeovers. Hopefully you have some take homes, right? Some advice that you're going to take home with you to think about. But things that came to my mind, follow instructions, right?
Super important.
Things take time, but if you put in the hard work, it'll be worth it in the end. Always learning and growing. There's good days and there's bad days, and that's okay. That's just part of it. I love this one. Put your phone down and relax from time to time. Put the phone down for a minute. Make your goals and always work towards those goals. So let's go ahead and give Dr. J. Sheree a big thank you. And thank you to our virtual audience for joining us.